Buenos dias, Zamboanga. Buenos dias, Zamboanga Peninsula. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ako po si Noemi Bernardino Edaga, Regional Director ng Philippine Information Agency, Region 9. Welcome po sa Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Kasalukuyan po ay sabay-sabay ginaganap ang Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas sa lahat ng rehiyon sa buong kapuluan. Ang kapihang ito ay inorganiza ng Presidential Communications Office at ng Philippine Information Agency. Nakasynchronize po ang kapihang ito sa lahat ng rehiyon kung saan isang departamento ang ipi-feature tuwing Martes sa ika-9 ng umaga at mapapanood sa pamamagitan ng social media platforms at mainstream media. Ang regional director na i-feature ng departamento ang magiging pangunahing resource person ng bawat kapihan. Ang DPWH Region 9 ang una nating i-feature, kaya po nandito kayo ngayon, live sa kanilang conference room. Kasama po natin ngayon ang iba't ibang representatives ng media sa Zamboanga City, Zamboanga Sibugay, Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga del Sur, at Isabela City upang tulungan tayong maipalaganap sa pamamagitan ng mainstream at social media ang highlights at milestones ng achievements ng departamento. Ang tanong, ano ba ang layunin ng Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas? Tatlo po ang layunin ng inisyatibong ito. Una, ito ay naglalayong pahusayin ang pagkaintindi ng publiko at ang pakikipag-ugnayan nila sa mga programa at proyekto ng implementing department sa grassroots level at sa mga mahihirap at malalayong lugar. Pangalawa, nilalayo nitong palakasin ang mga polisiya, aktibidad at tagumpay o achievements ng departamento na naaayon sa mandato ng administrasyon sa ilalim ng agenda at pamunuan ng Bagong Pilipinas. Pangatlo, layunin nitong matupad ang direktiba ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. para sa lahat ng departamento. Ini-emphasize nito ang aksyon ng gobyerno sa pamamagitan ng aktibidad at operasyon nito sa rehiyon. Sa puntong ito, tunghayan natin ang kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas kasama ang DPWH Region 9 sa pamumuno ni Regional Director Kayamumbaw D. Dia.
Magandang araw muli, Zamboanga Peninsula, at welcome sa kauna-unahang Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. At makakasama natin ngayon from Department of Public Works and Highways, of course, pero mapapanood niyo po kami live via PIA Western Mindanao Facebook page and other government agencies' Facebook pages. At hindi na po natin patatagalin pa, i-welcome po natin ang ating mga panauhin para po ngayon sa ating Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Let's welcome the Regional Director of DPWH Region 9. We have RD Kayamumbaw Dia. Together with her is Assistant Regional Director Soraya Ibrahim.
Good morning, Ms. Myra. Good morning to each and every one of you present here, and welcome to this Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. For today, it's Kapihan sa DPWH.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning, everyone. We are glad to see you here to join us in this Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas.
With that po, we will start with our opening message and of course a few presentation po from the DPWH Regional Director.
Thank you once again, Ms. Myra. So, once again, good morning to each and every one of you, to RD Noemi and her staff, and of course to the DPWH 9 family, and also to our friends from the media. Buenos dias, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. For many years, the Department of Public Works and Highways Region 9 has been at the forefront of delivering high-quality infrastructure projects across the Zamboanga Peninsula and neighboring islands. In everything that we build and do, our goal has always been to uplift the lives of every Filipino through well-planned and well-executed public works. Today, under the administration of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and with the guidance of DPWH Secretary Manuel M. Bunuan, we are thankful to be given the opportunity to present to all of you the various infrastructure projects we have implemented throughout the region. These projects are more than just physical structures. They are the result of the dedication and hard work of the men and women of DPWH Regional Office, our district engineering offices, and our partners in both public and private sectors. So Region 9, also known as the Zamboanga Peninsula, is a region rich in culture, natural beauty, and economic potential. It encompasses the provinces of Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga del Sur, and Zamboanga Sibugay, as well as the cities of Zamboanga, Pagadian, Dipolog, Dapitan, and Isabela. Our region is known for its diverse landscapes, from pristine beaches to lush mountains and vibrant mix of urban and rural communities. Region 9 is divided into 9 congressional districts, 2 legislative districts in Zamboanga City, 3 in Zamboanga del Norte, 2 in Zamboanga del Sur, and 2 also in Zamboanga Sibugay. The DPWH Region 9 is dedicated to enhancing the infrastructure of this dynamic region. Together with the hard-working key officials, our mission is to build and maintain infrastructure that supports economic growth, ensures public safety, and improves the quality of life of all present. We work tirelessly to address the unique challenges and leverage the opportunities presented by our diverse geography and population. Moreover, Zamboanga Peninsula has 10 district engineering offices, which are overseen by the respective district engineers. Region 9 has a total road length of national roads of 1,891.6 kilometers, of which 35% are primary roads, 24% are secondary roads, and 41% are tertiary roads. This is the breakdown of the road length per district engineering office. Presented to you also is the breakdown of the road classification and lengths per district engineering office. Furthermore, this is the breakdown of the paved and unpaved roads in Region 9. As you can see, 1,801.5 kilometers is already paved, while the remaining 5% or 90.4 kilometer is still unpaved. Presented is the road surface type per district engineering office. We also have 100% permanent bridges made of concrete and steel in Region 9. We have no more temporary bridges. This is the breakdown of the national bridges per district engineering office. We have a total of 332 permanent bridges along our national roads. Presented here is the budget allocation for Region 9 based on General Appropriations Act over the past 4 years from 2021 to 2024. As we can see from the chart, the budget allocation has been increasing steadily each year. Starting with year 2021, the budget allocation was 20.7 billion pesos. In 2022, there was a noticeable increase of 7.58%, bringing the allocation to 22.3 billion pesos. The trend continues in 2023, where we see significant rise of 23.53%, resulting in a budget allocation of 27.5 billion pesos. Finally, in 2024, the allocation reached 28.2 billion pesos, marking a modest increase of 2.47% from the previous year. Now, the yellow line shows a steady upward trend in the budget allocation over these years. This progressive trend is a positive indicator of ongoing and future investments in Region 9. Now, this is the breakdown of budget allocation per implementing office. Per implementing office, we meant the regional office and the 10 district engineering offices. Now, over the past years, our team at the DPWH-9 has been diligently working to enhance the infrastructure and improve the quality of life of the Filipino people. So, it has been years marked by small wins and significant milestones, and I am proud to say that our efforts are yielding tangible results. For 2022, a total of 817 project components were implemented, of which 679 were completed and 138 are ongoing, with a total physical accomplishment of 92.61%. Out of the 138 ongoing project components, 53 are under Convergence and Special Support Program, 5 are under local programs, 62 are under National Roads and Bridges, and 18 are flood control projects. So, presenting to you are some of the completed projects for CY 2022. For 2023, a total of 947 project components were implemented, of which 747 were completed and 200 are ongoing. This is with a total physical accomplishment of 84.62%. Out of the 200 ongoing project components, 91 are under convergence and special support program, 5 are under local program, 76 are under national roads and bridges, and 28 are flood control projects. Presenting to you are some of the completed projects for CY 2023. Now, for 2024, that is the current year, a total of 796 projects, components are being implemented, of which 468 are ongoing and 328 still not yet started, with a total physical accomplishment of 16.57. The status of these 328 not yet started projects, these projects are still in its pre-construction activity stage. So presented to you is the 2024 project status per District Engineering Office. Also, DPWH Region 9 implements projects from other agencies such as the Department of Education, the Department of Agriculture, Department of Agrarian Reform, National Irrigation Administration, DTI or Department of Trade and Industry, Department of Tourism, Department of Health, Department of National Defense, and state universities and colleges. This has a total of 8.79 billion for 548 projects from year 2022 to 2024. Now presenting to you are some of the completed projects under the Convergence Program for CY calendar year 2022 to calendar year 2024. Now let's talk about our milestone achievements. Some of the most significant accomplishments are the following. We have the ongoing construction of the first ever flyover in Region 9. This has a total allocation of 450 million and is expected to be completed within the third quarter of this year. So shown to you are some of the pictures of the ongoing flyover project. Just recently, we have turned over the newly constructed Armed Forces of the Philippines Camp Navarro General Hospital in Camp Don Basilio Navarro, Upper Calarian, Zamboanga City. This has a total allocation of 141.5 million. Further, several community-based projects have also been completed, including the dredging or desilting projects implemented throughout the region. This is to reduce the risk of flooding and improving water flow. This includes the Piao River, Salog River, and Comalarang River. We also work with local government units by providing them the equipment to be used for emergency dredging. So this includes Sindangan River in Zamboanga del Norte and Tumaga River here in Zamboanga City. Finally, last April 4 this year, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. signed Republic Act RA 11994, followed by the Department Order Number 64, Series of 2024, signed by DPWH Secretary Manuel M. Bunuan, on the creation of Zamboanga City First District Engineering Office, a testament to the support of the national government to the better and more efficient project implementation across Zamboanga Peninsula. So that ends my report. Thank you very much. And once again, good morning.
Thank you very much for the very comprehensive and informative presentation po, Director Dia. With that, we shall watch a few minutes lang po of a video presentation from the DPWH Region 9.
Buenos días, yo soy Jobel Portugues, yo un cementerero, aquí a Plantel DP kanamon camino, buente para kanamon mga sementerero, kay del antes, alya pa kami na unlaw ta pasahe, tente lang ta karyam na mga palay, ara, ya cheniate ko ano, camino, bueno tel pasanda aquí. Dahil todo palay, ta pwede kami kipone. Mas simple ta entrada amon service o truck aki, ta pwede sa kundi amon mga palay aki para liba na di amon mga buyer. Gracias na DPWH, yan dali ka namon ti Camino. Gracias gayon, DP.
Ngan ko, Jerry Sale, tagnayad to rin, dalinbi, mangi, matod pa mga pananom, tod katian, biyaon na malingkat tindahan, na okay na, magsiyang kita magdarang-darang, mabuhit na kita, o na mami, uos mawa kita patabo, longtan na makapanabo na kita. Tapos okay na, makalaway ni motor man tumari, mga sasakatan, sud gwa na kita biyan, makararang na kita, o mga basakan lindi na magkawali simpay, okay na, una truck, ikaluan na bihan, yung mga sayol, gumawa na, bara na pa Mercedes, bara na pa taon-taon, ikararang na siya mga isimarayaw, yan, bukong biya sintag na mahunit. Nabiyaon, okay na, sasakatan na, Sudgwa na. Magsukol at DPWH sa pagtibaw nyo marika mo at inya kita nyo isa mga kasanyangan na mo rin di mangbiyad diin iasubo nyo mangunin biya kasanyangan na mo na magtukol-tol kanyo at DPWH tinakakarika mo timiyaw ka mo. Thank you ma'am, sir.
Si Crispel Tiunig, nagpuyo sa barangay Manaol Siocon, Zamboanga del Norte. Ako ang masulti kay kung muagi may layo kayo matumik merkado. Dayon dili pod namo makuano kung mulibot pa kayo layo pa jud kayo makuano matumi sa kung straight ra o mag-travel mi sa kay Labason or Tipolog dili na kayo maka mulibot pa dito paingon sa highway. Mas nindot ning na midalan nga doon para sa sentro. Dili na kami malayuan kay ano man ning dalan na. Salamat kayo mi nga ibuhatan ning dalan diri nga maayo. Og maabot ni anay mani amang dalan paingon nag highway or paingon sa Siraway. Mas makuan na inon kayo nga daghan kayo mga tawo nga mangagi. Mas ganahan na yun kayo sila mga gidiri kay doon naman kayo dito sila mulibot dito sa highway nga Pikas kay nanay mas doon kayo nga agihanan dito sa mga barangay daghan kayo mga tao nga salamat kay dili na makaagi og layo pang mulibot kay diretso na lang sila dito sa amuang barangay para matog sentro mangumpra or asa ba diya. Daghang kayong salamat. Ang mga naiba sa kandire sa daplin sa dalan, dili na pod maglisod o kanang magpa-harvester sila. Kay doon nang hakutan sa ilang upay, dili na sila magbayad maghakot. Dili na sila maghakot og tao-tao kay naman sila ikaw galing ng karo. Doon na pod og daplin dalan, dili na sila maglibot ang truck sa Pikas. Dili na sila diretso. Manang nagpasalamat kayo sa naglako.
Ako si Marcelo Canini. Ama, dagan na pa yung mga tao sa dalanan. Dagan yung mulong sa mga tao sa presana. Ang mulong mo maigit kung daan ka na nalipa yung mga tao. May bahay na magdalan. Mga tao rin. Salamat nga nanay kasada kaya ka na mahal nang ipagkaagi sa sakinan.
Si Gustavo Similing, President Driver diri sa Mo. Katong sa wala pa ang maong proyekto diri sa highway. Na-upload kami mga tricycle driver kay nikit kayo ang maong dalan. Karon kay naanay mga proyekto nga gibutang sa gobyerno. Anindot ta kay ang dalan kay di na may ma-upload nga masayro makita na mo ang mga tawo. Kaya makita din sila katungkol sa kahayan sa maong solar ng yatag sa gobyerno. Salamat sa mga kabutang hiling ng government para makita din mo nindot jud ang among agianan karon.
Sa puntong ito, bubuksan na po natin ang ating floor para sa mga katanungan. But before that, we would like to acknowledge all our media partners and friends po na narito ngayon sa ating venue. We have the Zamboanga City Media friends po and partners who are with us po ngayong araw, and full house po tayo no para sa ating mga media. And of course, we are also watched live by our Zampen media and friends po sa buong Zamboanga Peninsula po, nanonood sila ng live. So kung may mga katanungan po tayo, please comment down below po para sa ating live broadcast, at susubukan po natin yung masagot lahat. Kung hindi naman po, ay susubukan naman din po ng ating DPWH Region 9 na balikan kayo at masagot ang inyong mga katanungan sa ating live broadcast. With that, we will start our question and answer portion po, at pwede nyo pong i-address ang inyong mga katanungan sa ating mga panauhin from DPWH Region 9. And first, we have a question from eMedia. I think nakalist po tayo. No, we have a question from eMedia from Sir Jonathan Halon.
Good morning po. I'm Jonathan Halon from eMedia Radio and TV. It was shown in your presentation po that 90% of the road in the region are paved, while only 5% are unpaved. what plans are in place to address the remaining unpaved roads?
Thank you very much for that question. So, the 95% of the paved roads in the region is indeed a significant achievement. However, the remaining 5% of unpaved road represented newly converted roads in Region 9, which are essential gaps or missing link in our infrastructure network. Now, our plan is to prioritize this unpaved section to ensure they are paved and fully integrated into our transportation system. Now, by addressing these gaps, we aim to enhance connectivity and accessibility across the region, thus ensuring that even the most remote areas benefit from improved road conditions. I hope this will also not only facilitate smoother travel for residents, but also boost local economies by enabling better transport of goods and services. Now, our goal also is to achieve a comprehensive and seamless road network that supports sustainable growth and development throughout Region 9. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. The next question will be coming from TV11. We have Ma'am Tess Espartero.
Good morning po, RD. I'm Tess Espartero from GBPI TV 11. My question po is, the DPWH-9 often collaborates with other government agencies on various projects. Can you provide details on some of the key programs and initiatives that have emerged from these partnerships?
The question is about convergence projects, and since our Assistant Regional Director is the focal person or point person for convergence projects, may I request the ARD Soraya to please answer that question?
Thank you so much, Ma'am Kay. The DPWH Region 9 has been actively collaborating with various government agencies through several key convergence programs. So these partnerships have led to significant initiatives aimed at enhancing infrastructure and services across the region. Now, some of the notable programs include internal convergence programs such as our Tourism Road Infrastructure Program, or the TRIP, with the Department of Tourism, roads leveraging linkages of industry and trade, or the ROL8, with the Department of Trade and Industry. We also have the Kalsada Tungo sa Paliparan, released at Daungan or Dakatuparan, with the Department of Transportation. The Tatag ng Infrastruktura para sa Kapayapaan at Seguridad, or our TICAS projects, with the Department of National Defense and Philippine National Police. We also have Kalsada Tungo sa Patubigan, or the Katubigan projects, with the National Irrigation Administration. We also have external convergence programs. We have farm-to-market roads, or the FMRs, with the Department of Agriculture. And this initiative focuses on improving rural connectivity by constructing and upgrading roads that facilitate the transport of agricultural products from farm to markets, boosting local economy and supporting farmers. We also have the Basic Education Facilities Fund with the Department of Education, and through this program, we focus on building and upgrading access roads to schools, ensuring that students and teachers can travel safely and efficiently, thereby supporting the education sector. We also have the Health Facility Enhancement Program with the Department of Health. And this initiative involves constructing and improving roads leading to hospitals and health centers, ensuring better access to healthcare services for all residents. So these convergence programs demonstrate the power of interagency collaboration in addressing the region's infrastructure needs comprehensively. So by working together, we can leverage resources and expertise to deliver projects that significantly impact the lives of the people in the Zamboanga Peninsula or Region 9. So I hope we had answered the question. Thank you so much.
Thank you po, ARD. We have next question from GMA from Sir Efren Mama.
Yes, good morning po. What is the status of the flyover project along Governor Camins or MCLL Highway and Veterans Avenue, Zamboanga City?
Thank you for that question. So, this project, the construction of Zamboanga City flyover, this is composed of two phases. Phase 1 and Phase 2. Phase 1 has an allocation of I think 300 million, 50 million of which is for right-of-way. And then for Phase 2, this was funded in 2022, and it has an allocation of 150 million. So a total of 450 million for this project. So the project was suspended before due to pending issuance of executive order from the local government of Zamboanga City. The reason for this is to give priority for the road widening of the project before the construction of the flyover. Now, only in September 1, 2022, wherein the executive order to commence the work was issued by the current mayor, Mayor Jan Dalipe. So the Phase 1 includes the construction of superstructures, mainly its foundation, pier, and girders. On the other hand, Phase 2 includes the approaches and the carriageway of the flyover. Now, the ongoing activities on the remaining, on this project are we still have to mount or put in place 12 girders to be launched, then embankment works for the approaches A and B, and also we have to prepare for the pouring for the deck slab of the flyover. So as of today, the physical accomplishment of the flyover is around 77 to 80%, and this is scheduled for completion within the third quarter of this year.
Thank you very much, RD. The next question will be coming from DXAS from Ma'am Sara Tulabi.
Good morning, RD and ARD. Based from your presentation earlier, you still have ongoing projects for calendar year 2022 and 2023. Ano po yung mga reasons of the delay in completion and ano po yung status of the ongoing projects?
So, most of the ongoing projects for the prior years, that is 2022 and 2023, are categorized under road widening and construction of new roads in which road right-of-way acquisition problems or issues mainly cause the delay or the delay in the completion of these projects. Likewise, meron ding yung relocation or obstruction of public utilities, communication facilities, and also yung mga issuances of permit or clearance from LGUs and other agencies. So, and isa din sa reason is the unfavorable site condition caused by adverse weather condition, which also caused delay in the completion of projects. Now, how do we address these concerns? Now, to address these problems or issues, constant coordination with other agencies, with local government units concerns, with contractors, with utility or communication companies, also with our field supervision personnel or our project engineers and claimants are being done. As of today, or the average physical accomplishment of the remaining ongoing prior year's project varies from 80% to 90% and scheduled for completion last quarter of this year.
Thank you po. Ang susunod po na katanungan ay manggagaling po from Philippine Daily Inquirer from Ma'am Julie Alipala.
Good morning po, Julia Lipala, Inquirer. Interesado po kami dun sa Triple SB Complex kasi we've been covering these areas due to security issues. And recently we visited the area and we found out the good road networks now. Napakaganda ng kalsada, maganda na yung mobility ng tao, hindi na masyadong problema compared before. Although, we still have to go to Ipil before we go to Zamboanga del Norte. That's the reality still. What we want to find out, ano ba talaga yung the whole stretch network ng road network ng Triple SB Complex? Ilang kilometers ba yan? Ilan pa po ba yung tatapusin sa ngayon? And may nakita kaming mga gaps dun sa Sibuco, which could be potential areas, last frontier ng Zamboanga del Norte. Parang sana doon na lang sana merong terminal, no? Instead of going to Ipil. Kasi the good area, the good place, the good roads, potential po siya for tourism. Maganda yung lugar compared to other areas. Para kayong nasa New Zealand, parang gano'n.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for that question. So we would like to inform everyone that for our Zamboanga West Coast Road, that's how we call that road. As of today, only 4.67 kilometers is still unfunded. So this remaining 4.6 kilometers unfunded road, we propose this, pinropose po namin siya for 2025 and hopefully mapupondohan po siya sa 2025 para once and for all, wala na pong gap sa Zamboanga West Coastal Road. I would like also to inform everyone, yung kung hindi pa po kayo nakadaan sa Zamboanga West Coastal Road, galing dito sa Sibuco, galing sa Limpapa, going to Sibuco, Siocon, then Sirawai, Siocon, then to Labason. We passed that road, I think, 3 times already, and nadadaanan na po siya. Although there are still mga maliliit na gaps, may mga ongoing projects po tayo doon, pero passable na po siya for the information of everyone. And kahit 4x2 sasakyan, kaya na niya. Although mas preferable si 4x4, pero kaya na pong dumaan ang mga residente or the people in that road section. Thank you.
Thank you po for the update. Director Dia, meron po tayong mga questions from our media partners naman po sa other provinces. So first is from Zamboanga del Norte. Napapansin daw po nila na kapag papalapit na po yung halalan, medyo dumadami daw po yung mga road projects, mga proyekto po sa probinsya. So gaano po ito na-affect po sa sa mga projects natin?
Ma'am, as far as DPWH is concerned, may halalan man or wala, marami po kaming road projects.
Ayun. So I think na-clarify po natin yung concern na yon. Another question po is yung project po na hindi pa natatapos sa Zamboanga del Norte, lalo na raw po yung daan sa may second district sa bandang Sindangan. So, kumusta po yung proyekto dito?
I think that question is referring to the primary road, yung doon sa Liloy. Existing asphalt siya ngayon, and then since in-asphalt po yan, way back nung ADB pa, 6th ADB, so several years ago na, I think in the 90s. So, ang plan po ng DPWH dyan is to rehabilitate that section because some sections po ay beyond maintenance na po siya, hindi na siya pwedeng, kasi since asphalt siya, hindi na siya pwedeng patching lang, so it has to be rehabilitated. So, I think kukunti na lang ang unfunded para sa rehabilitation ng road na yan. So ongoing po yung rehabilitation, some are already completed, although meron pa pong mga ongoing, and meron ding konting-konti na lang na section na hindi pa napopondohan, but it was already proposed in 2025 for funding.
Another question naman po, Director, from Zamboanga, Sibugay. We have from Kremlin Kalag of Wonder Radio. Ano po yung aksyon o proseso po ng DPWH sa mga sasakyan na nakaparada po sa 4-lane road ng National Highways na nagpapasikip po sa ating daloy ng trapiko? Sa lungsod po daw ito ng Ipil.
As we all know, ma'am, DPWH has no police power. So, what we are doing, our district office is doing, is to coordinate with the local government of a certain area or coordinate with the authorities there like the police para po i-enforce yung mga no parking rules or sa certain area. So, ang ginagawa po namin, i-coordinate po namin yung concerned authorities para po i-enforce yung mga batas na dapat itong areas na to huwag mag-park.
Thank you po. Another question naman po, medyo similar po yung dalawang katanungan, no? From Kimberly Jane Suba of Malindang Broadcast Network. Meron po bang mga road, bridges sa Zamboanga, Sibugay ang nasa top priority nila sa maintenance or for to improve po yung accessibility? And another, from Joffrey Balatero of Ang Radyo Sangyao, how much is the amount for all these projects of the amount pila ang total for Zamboanga, Sibugay? And I believe po, kanina comprehensively po natin siya na-present po ng ating DPWH Regional Director. So baka maybe po yung inyong mga katanungan ay pwede nating mabalikan mamaya, no? Because we have the presentation and we will give po yung ating presentation kanina sa ating mga media partners and friends. Pero maraming salamat po sa inyong mga katanungan. Next question naman po is from Zamboanga del Sur. So Bisaya po ito, RD. So itatry ko po, no? First question, nganong ang atuang mga reflectors sa mga kadalanan dili updated? And another one is, particular po sa Dumingag, adunay yuta ang mihunlap or nahugno sa kadalanan. So, meron po bang mga signages daw kapag may mga ganitong incidents sa highways natin?
Yung tungkol sa nahugno, so ibig sabihin landslide po yun. So ang immediate action po ng DPWH, specifically our district offices, concerned district office, is to clear the landslide area. So before po sila mag-clear ng landslide area, naglalagay naman po sila ng mga signages or mga warning devices, mga barrier, para po to warn the public na huwag lumapit masyado sa area na to kasi medyo delikado. Yun po. Yung reflector, I'm not sure kung ang nire-refer niya is yung pavement studs or yung street lights. So if it's pavement studs, as we all know, yung iba po dyan ay na-install, matagal na, so kailangan po sanang, yung iba nasira na, so kailangan sana siyang palitan. So we all know that yung maintenance funds po natin ay very limited po ngayon. So ang pina-priority po ng sa maintenance ay yung mga talagang kailangan gawin. So, anyway, yung sa mga reflectorized pavement studs, we can also, include it or prepare funding request, and if the department or the government has enough funds for it, and then it will be evaluated by the BQS or Bureau of Quality and Standards, tapos kung papasa po siya sa criteria, pwede naman po siyang ma-releasean ng funds.
Okay. So we have 2 more questions from the province and another 3 po from Zamboanga City. So next question po again will be coming from Zamboanga del Norte. Paano daw po yung construction ng ating mga drainage or canals? Included po ba siya sa ating budget? How about daw po yung mga roads na walang drainage? Masisira po ba agad yung ating mga roads kung wala pong drainage?
Ideally, ma'am, yung pong design natin for roads ay dapat complete features. However, there are instances na nadidelete yung mga drainage or yung kasi halimbawa may right-of-way concern na hindi pumapayag yung may-ari na gamitin yung lupa nila or yung area where mag-excavate para maglagay ng drainage canal. So minsan nadidelete siya. Pero however, ang talagang ideal situation is yung road dapat may complete features including the drainage structure. So as of this time, our mga projects natin is complete features po ang nilalagay namin. So isinasama po namin yung drainage, halimbawa lateral drainage or yung mga cross drains para po makadrain ng maayos yung tubig sa dapat saan siya lalabas.
Thank you po. Another question from Rappler of Zamboanga del Norte. There have been clamor for the restoration of maintenance fund to engineering districts. Do we have positive response po so far?
Last 2 weeks ago, I think, our Secretary Manuel Bunuan informed us that the national government through the DBM and the Department of Finance will be releasing very soon augmentation fund for maintenance. Then, as soon as this is released to the department will immediately download this to the district engineering offices. So there's hope na magkakaroon po ng augmentation fund for maintenance as as per information from our beloved Secretary.
Thank you po. 4 more questions from our media partners in Zamboanga City. And the next one will be coming from Ma'am Letty Melitante.
Good morning po. I'm Letty Melitante of Zamboanga today. Ma'am, there is a directive coming from the Office of the President, no other than when they visit in Zamboanga City, no other than Jose Maria Villarama told us that from the Office of the Presidential Office that there is a directive to construct and implement the flood system and dam in preparation for La Nina. May we know, because I understand, if there is no appropriation, even there is a directive, this project cannot be implemented. So may we know, is there any project regarding flood control system and dams in Region 9?
As for flood control, we have several ongoing projects. But as to the construction of dam, as of this moment, ma'am, wala po kami. But however, ang alam ko po is merong ang NEDA 9, sila ng parang ng feasibility study for the construction of dam doon po sa watershed natin dito sa May Pasunangka. Pero I'm not so updated about the status of that of that FS.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, another question. Ma'am, I understand there is an ongoing project at about 82% in completion, ongoing road connecting Zamboanga City to Zamboanga del Norte. Please brief us about this. I understand there are 2 bridges with this project located in Sibuco and somewhere in Sibuco and part of Zamboanga City.
I think, ma'am, you are referring to the Zamboanga West Coastal Road. Then, meron po dong 2 bridges na nasira noong Bagyong Paeng. I think it's Pangian River. So, I am very glad to inform you that yung Pangian Bridge po ay narilisan na po doon sa District Engineering Office natin. Nagkaroon po sila ng release for the restoration of that bridge. So yun po ang update ko sa bridge na yon.
Ma'am, the bridge is along Curuan and Sibuku.
Ma'am, I think you are referring to the UPMO project. It's a project by the Road Management Cluster 2 of the Unified Project Management Office. It's being implemented by the Central Office through the Unified Project Management Office, RMC2. So yes, ang alam ko po ay that is a foreign assisted project, and then malaki na din po yung accomplishment nila, ma'am.
May we know how much was the budget? I understand this was financed by the Asian Development Bank.
Yes, ma'am, it's financed by the ADB. So since this is being implemented by the UPMO, not by the regional office, because it's a foreign assisted project, we will get the details, ma'am, from our UPMO, and then we will communicate with you and provide you with the details.
Okay po, thank you.
Thank you po. Reminders lang po, 1 question lang po per media outfit to give chance na rin po to give time din sa ibang mga media partners natin who would like to ask their question. So next question is from IFM po, Sir Alan Toti.
Yes, ma'am, from IFM. Yung question ko, ma'am, yung bang sa May Paseo? Sa May Paseo yung project, proposed project pa lang ba yun or approved project na yun para parang diversion road? Papuntang Arena Blanco?
Sir, you are referring to another UPMO project. Ano din po yan? Yan yung magtatayo sila ng viaduct. Magtatayo po ang DPWH ng viaduct actually galing po siya sa Kabaluay, then Mampang, then pupunta po dyan mag-i-end sa May Paseo. Then ang ano po is viaduct po ang proposal ng UPMO natin, and matutuloy po siya, sir. However, since it's foreign funded, I think ang UPMO, they are still under detailed engineering design stage. So, yung mga consultants po natin, gumagawa pa po sila ng detailed engineering. After that, ibibid yata or then mag-i-implement na po.
Meron na pa ba tayong date of completion, example, na matutuloy? May target date na ba tayo?
Sir, kasi since, as I've said, kagaya sa katanong kanina about Curuan Sibuco Road, it's a UPMO project. Then we will get the details and then we'll get back to you, sir, to inform you, to answer your query.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you po. Meron pa po tayong mga katanungan. The next one will be coming from Ma'am Antoinette Go of Zamboanga Times.
Yes, good morning po from Daily Zamboanga Times, RJ Antoinette Go. RD, I just want to ask, kasi parating na po yung La Nina, no? Ano po yung mga paghahandang ginagawa ng DPWH po sa ngayon?
Thank you, Madam. So, isa po sa preparations that the DPWH is undergoing is helping or coordinating with LGUs para po yung mga existing rivers natin ay mapalaki natin yung carrying capacity ng ating mga rivers. Example po dito sa Zamboanga City, in coordination with the local government of Zamboanga City, nagkakaroon po meron kaming desilting activities dito sa May Tugbungan. And then also, aside from dyan sa Tugbungan, in coordination also with CAAP or DOTR CAAP, meron din po kaming desilting activities na ginagawa sa may airport. Ang purpose po ng mga activities na yon is to increase the carrying capacity of our rivers para po kahit malakas ang ulan, pero yung capacity ng river ay lumaki, so hindi na po siya mag-flood. Wala na pong flood. Hindi na siya mag-spill over dun sa mga communities. I hope I answered your question, ma'am.
Ma'am, follow-up lang. Aside from clean-ups, ma'am, ng mga drainages, lalo na sa national roads, ma'am, ginagawa din po ba, ma'am, para to make sure hindi tayo malulunod sa bahana naman, La Nina?
Ang district offices natin po, ma'am, ay nag-undergo naman po ng declogging activities sa mga existing pipes natin, existing drainage pipes natin. However, as I've said, due to very limited maintenance fund, so medyo ang activity na yan ay kunti lang ang nagagawa. Pero our district offices are trying their best para po ma-perform yung declogging activities for our existing drainage system para sabi mo nga, maalis yung mga dumi para pag may malakas na ulan, hindi na siya babaha.
Thank you po. I believe that was the last question. Pero po sa mga media partners natin that would like to ask their questions po, later on, you can ask po or attract. Very welcoming po si Regional Director and si Assistant Regional Director po natin ng DPWH9 para po sumagot sa inyong mga additional questions. So muli po, nagpapasalamat tayo sa ating mga media partners and friends who are now together with us here sa ating venue and sa nanonood po sa atin live via PIA Western Mindanao Facebook page at live rin po tayo via Radyo Pilipinas. And with that po, may we hear a few message po sa ating mga panauhin. First, from the Assistant Regional Director po of DPWH9, Ma'am Soraya Ibrahim.
Thank you, Ma'am Mai. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning once again. First, we would like to thank you, our media partners, for your unwavering support and commitment to ensure that the masang Pilipino would be accorded the excellent public service that they deserve. We are glad that through this kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas, we are given this opportunity for us to make sure that the public is well aware of what the PWH has accomplished and also what we usually do, especially in support to the Build Better More program of the present administration. So through this collaboration, the public gains a better understanding of our commitment to improving infrastructure and fostering national progress. So rest assured that the DPWH Region 9 is one with you in our quest for matatag, maginhawa at panatag na buhay sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino. So thank you so much once again.
Director Dia.
Yes, thank you again, Ms. Myra. So, in the coming years, we expect to reap more direct and indirect benefits from these implemented projects. We hope that these projects will usher us in progress across the entire region, help our economy grow, aid our local industries in thriving, and change the lives of Filipinos for the better. We are proud of what we have accomplished and even more excited about the future. We assure you this, there is much more to come. Anchored on the administration's infrastructure development plan, DPWH shall build better and more. We shall help you in building a stronger and more resilient region where opportunities are abundant and the quality of life continually improves. We hope that you will join us in making our nation great, one infrastructure project at a time. Thank you, and let us look forward to a future of continued growth, prosperity for our region. Once again, good morning and Thank you to all.
Thank you very much po, Regional Director Kayamong Baudia, at sa buong team po ng Department of Public Works and Highways Region 9. Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat din po sa lahat po nating manonood, sa ating mga media partners and friends, and of course sa ating mga panauhin ngayong araw. And hindi po dyan nagtatapos yung ating kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Gaya po na nabanggit natin, ito po ang kauna-unahang episode pa natin at marami pa pong susunod. With that, nagpapasalamat po kaming muli sa ngalan po ng Presidential Communications Office Secretary Cheloy Garafil, PIA Director General Jose Torres Jr., and PIA Regional Director Ms. Noemi B. Edaga. Ito si Myra Espinosa at magkita-kita pa tayo sa mga susunod na episodes ng Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Muchísimas gracias.